This conference will now be recorded.
Are you able to see my screen? So what is the last exercise in the RE framework? We are discussing about the RE framework. And you saw that RE framework in the queue items. Okay. And what is the example we have to see? So we have to see this is a files, different type of files, and this is a report, sample report template. We have to update the data for each and every school. And this is the input file. Okay. And I'll take each and every school and update here. Okay, we will update the here. The status is success or not. We'll put the status. If the status is empty, just take that one. Okay. So basically, what we have to do, we have a school master here. Hello. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah. Okay, so this is the steps I am writing here. So if it is wrong, so what we discussed last time, so then let me know. First, we are reading that each and every line, and so each take corresponding Excel, that means school name Excel, and take account sum of total amount from school master and the corresponding Excel. School master is a paid one, and that is a actual school name total amount is a school name total amount minus school master total amount equal to due total due will come. Okay, due amount. And next one is what we have to do. We have to first of all we have to take a sum that is not there, and so the sum current sum this sum minus the total sum, like for example, just take one this one, the sum of this. Okay, sum of this. And one more thing is there's exceptions. We have something like that. Uh, if there is no exceptions are
If the school name is not there, so that's one of the business exceptions.
okay. School master, right? This is a business exception. Huh? Am I
Yeah.
correct? One more exception is the school um, name not XLSX not have what is it class number, right? Or we can take the first, this one is only the business exception. Okay, so if there is no business exception, everything is there, we have to prepare the document, right? Report.docx. This is report.x. And what is that is the requirement or
Yes, Sudhir, but there were two business exceptions. Like, one is like the school name is not existed, and inside that Excel, uh, yeah, if any of these student number or class is missing,
that is another
that needs
exception.
to come.
If there is no, if there is a gap, that means at least one, we have to reject that school file actually. If there is nothing, something, we have to reject. Okay, so now this is the schools. Okay, so we should need some tracker. So how many files, how many schools it's executed these things. So we are making the same Excel file as a tracker. That is a status. If it is a success, we are putting the success. If it's a fail, exception, and if it's a business exception and system exception. So based on that, business exception, BE, and system exception. So we will update here. Okay, the system status. And within that status only, so we're just mentioning that bracket, what is the exception type. Okay, so some status is there. So what we can, this is a whole overall requirement, right? All of you? That day we discussed about this one. Is there anything missing?
Email also, Sudhir, to that
Email.
particular school. Yeah, to that particular email ID, particular school.
Okay. Okay, sending the email. What we have to send? So we have to send only the exceptional thing, right? Business exception kind of things, not the success, right? If any due is there, then we have to send. The
Right.
due amount is also business exception, right? Business name should match. Due is also that is a business exception. And if it's not match, we have to send like a, so if it's a due, we have to send like a due amount. If it's not there, so we have to send like a send that current month, I mean fees details of your school. And if it's a class is missing, the class name and school name is not proper, it has to send like that. That's the send mail. That's it, right? Is there anything? This is the requirement. Okay, so now what we can do, so we can just take a one RE framework and uh, schoolmaster REF. Last time we did RE framework using queue items. Now we can see with the without queue items. And also sometimes there's no not depending on the orchestrator. So last time we declared all the most of the values of the assets. Now we can see like without assets, we can declare a config file itself. Here is a config file, and within the config file, so where we have a data, this is our path of the main Excel. This path has an input. Input has these two values. That is a common standard things. These will change. People will keep on uploading from the different schools. This is a shared folder. Just imagine this is a shared folder to all the school uh, admins. They can just every monthly basis they will update the this sheet. Okay, so and so this is a sheet where we have a getting from the university. Okay. Now settings. Uh, mm, Schools folder path. I'm just declaring the schools folder path. Okay, so that's it about this one. Schools folder path. The remaining things are standard things. The school, we have to loop each and every school file, and first of all, after that there is an input. After that there is a school master. Okay, now inside this main, there's a lot of things we have to change if you are converting into the uh, queue items to the this. Okay, so first initially it will loop each and everything. So we don't have any applications. So what we can do, we can go to the kill process. So we will kill that Excel. Basically, this whole project we are dealing with the only the Excel, right? Only the Excel. Kill process, directly we're killing the Excel. Okay. In the open all applications, we are not doing anything because we don't need to open any application. And here in the get transaction data. So before that, before the get transaction data, so what we can do, so we can just move here. We have a totally four states. So by default in RE framework, if you want to create a one more sheet, one more state, you can create, or you can load the data into the init stage also. I'm just creating the one more state here. Load data. Load data. So sometimes people load the data inside this if condition. Okay, they can load the data here. So that means so it will load data only once. Okay, so only once it will load. That's also otherwise if you load the data separately, uh, you have to make sure that so because this load data will execute, so if the one time first time, and at the second time is if any system exception occur, it will come here, right? And that time we should not load the entire data. Okay, on that time we should not load the entire data, right? That is a just take a if condition. uh, just take a, in the main create one variable called is first run. His first run is a boolean value. So here in init stage, so we're just assigning the value to the variable is first run is equal to true. Is first run equal to true. Okay. So is first run equal to true because it will this part will execute only once. Okay. After that, in the init stage, so we're checking is first run. If it's a true, then we're assigning the is first run equal to false. So what will happen, so that so first it will come from the init stage. Init stage where it's just first run. Okay, first run. Init stage we're just making that is first run equal to true. Then it will go to the load data. So first this condition is true because it is a is first run variable equal to true, then immediately we are updating into the false so that it won't come again. So if the system exception occurred in the process also, if we come to the load data that is first and equal to false, it won't execute this one. Okay, uh, and if it's a first run equal to true, first run equal to false, then what we have to do, we have to load the data. So user for each instead of that Excel application scope, I just taking the Excel. Excel is like a in underscore config. What is it? Config of. Uh, let's open it. Config. the path of this one. The path of this one is a schools folder path. Okay, schools folder path plus slash input slash. This is a common, so because this will not change. Okay, this schoolmaster.xlsx will not change the path, so only the XLs will change. Okay, now what we have to read, so we have to read the data, read range. In the read range, which Excel we have to, I mean, in Excel, what is the sheet name? Just check the sheet name. Sheet 1 only. And empty, so that it will retrieve the entire data. Schoolmaster DT. And after that, we have to filter. So we have to filter based on the wherever this status is equal to empty. So only that records we need. So use the filter data table activity. So we can do in different ways. So okay, it's not like a you have to do that in this way like that. Okay. You can do in the different ways. No problem. Schoolmaster DT, and here I'm creating the transaction DT. So basically, this transaction DT is by default it is there here. In the variables we have a transaction DT. That is a data table. It will come. You don't need to create it. It is already there in the RA framework. So that is the output transactional DT. So what is the condition? The condition is equal to status is empty. Okay. Status is a column. Status is equal to empty. So if the status is empty, then all the rows which the status is empty, it will come here, transaction DT. And we need the current row. So current row is a 2 now. Okay, so tomorrow success. So if it is coming like this, so what is the current row? 4, right? So we need that number. So to keep that number, because why we need that number? So to update that cell. So we need that number. So this has the total data as a school master DT, and this has the transaction DT. Suppose school master DT, if this is the case, school master DT has how many records? 11 records, right? School master DT has 11 records, and so this transaction DT has a these many records, 9 records. So 11 records minus 9 records. So that is a total, the number basically. Number is like a 2, right? 2. Okay, so that's this will represent here 2. So 11 minus 9, right? 2 records. Okay, these are all the 2 records. It's filled. Okay, so this 2 plus actually, so 2 4. And so why we have to plus 2? Basically, this is a header. So because we need that wherever this is empty. Okay, so that is a current cell, current status cell. So you can create a cell like a cell current row, okay, row number. Current row number is equal to integer. I'm just creating integer current row number. So here in the current row number you can assign like a current row number equal to, what is it, schoolmaster dot rows dot count minus transactional data dot rows dot count. Okay, and this whole thing plus 2. Okay, so why I'm just doing the plus 2? See, this is this is again, this is a case. So how many are there? 11 minus 8. 11 minus 8 equal to, right? Okay, 3. So this 3, so what is this 3? So but what we need the 5. So always that number plus 2 equal to plus 2. We have to make that current number plus 2. So plus 2. This is always plus 2. Okay, suppose it is a 7 and this is a 4. 4 plus 2 equal to, suppose 7 records are there. See, this is a 7 records are there. Totally, this is a current 7. See the number 7 minus 11, that is a 4. 4 plus 2 equal to 6. Okay, so that plus 2 is a common. Okay, plus 2 we have to keep because of getting the exact current, basically the what is that current sheet number. Okay, current row number, sorry, current row number. Okay, let us see. So let us try. Now we have a number, we have a data. Data is filled, right? Data is filled. So this data is filled. So within that, if the data is not there, let me go here. There is no data. No data. Okay, what it mean? No data means within that no data. Load data to end process. Transaction data is or is nothing. Okay, transaction data is nothing. So if the transaction data is nothing, then you go to the end process. Okay, if there is a data, so transaction data is nothing. Transaction data is not nothing. Okay? That means, so the transaction data has something, some data. So then it is going to the get transaction data. Okay. So within this, just see somewhere there is an error. What it is saying. Let me expand. Okay, this is a toString. So as it is object, we have to convert that into the toString. Okay, path. Okay, now if this is a transaction data, initially it is a nothing. So that when it will be nothing. So because see here, so everything is filled. Everything is filled. In this case, so there is no status equal to status, right? Status equal to empty. That columns are not there. In that case, so it is a nothing, right? In that case, it is a nothing. Then it will go to the end process. Within that, while it is going to the end process, if you want to write any log, you can write the log message like a okay. This is a success. Data value. This is success. Okay, now the load data is done. So I'm just adding the annotations. So load data from schoolmaster to the transaction. Okay, so that is some annotation. So here we can see. Oh, Okay, so now this will go to the end process wherever there is no status equal to empty. If this is so status is empty, it will go here. Okay, in the get transaction data, let's go to the get transaction data here. So there is no should stop activity. You can keep that should stop activity, but transaction item. So first of all, we have to convert the transaction item. Transaction, where is the transaction item? This one to the data row. This one. So what is the transaction item here? Is a data row, right? So each row we are processing each row. Okay, that is a transaction item is instead of queue item data row. That's a data row. Okay. Now let's go to the inside of the get transaction data. So here sometimes it is just cut it this nothing and save and paste and save. Okay, so that these errors will go. So, and in the exception also, you have the same problem. Remove that nothing and save. After save again, use the same nothing. It will work. Okay, in the try block. So everything is good, but in the try block, there is a get transaction data. So go to the inside of the get transaction data. So here, instead of you take the get transaction item, so initially what we can do, so we can just make that as a nothing. Okay, first of all, the transaction transaction. Okay, first of all, convert these arguments. The transaction number is equal to transaction item equal to instead of queue item, so we're just converting the transaction number row, the data row. So here transaction in, right, in underscore transaction IO transaction, no, not IO, out underscore transaction data transaction item. Okay, so because this is the output, right, this transaction item is the output, it will go, that row is will go outside. Okay, this transaction row is equal to nothing first of all. Okay, nothing. So here instead of you take from the queue, so because we're not using queues here, uh, queues here, so what we can do, if the transaction item is not nothing, okay, will not nothing here. Okay, so what we can do, so we can just if condition, give the if condition, drag here, transaction data IO transaction data dot rows dot count is this is a total data. So suppose total data is a transaction data is uh, suppose this many, what's that, 8, total 8. So transaction number, basically this transaction is a some transaction number is here, transaction number, that is a 1. Okay, that is a 1, it will come from the now on. So you just change this number to the 0 because we have to take from that 0, right? It is a 1 record. Okay, so it will start from the 0. So here this count is a just imagine this count is a how much, 8. The transaction number 8 is greater than in transaction number. So this is a 0. So 0, first it will increase 1, 2, up to 8 it will increase. So 8 is greater than 0, that is a wrong. So then it will come outside of the loop. Okay, so if the transaction, that number, that row count, right, see here row count, that total number of count, so this data count is 8 and that is greater than this number is a 0 first in transaction number is used to loop each and every row from that data table. So this is a 0, but it will increase one every transaction. So up to this will increase up to 7. That 7 is also fine, but if it's increase the 8, then it won't go to the then part. If it's a equal, I mean equal in the sense this condition is true, if it's a greater than total number, the 8 is a the 0 is that greater than 18, this 8 dollars, then we have to assign that value. So just assign that value. Here what we can do, so it's a transaction ID. Okay, so use the assign operator. Basically you have to fill this out transaction item equal to IO transaction data dot rows of in underscore transaction number. Okay, so what will happen is, first this is a, see here, closely observe here. So IO transaction data has a whole data, right? 8 records. So within that, it will take the 0th record and fill this transaction item. The transaction item is a basically a data row. Now I'm removing this one. You don't need this thing. And after that, everything is normal only. So this, okay. That's it. So we change the get transaction data and go to the main. Here import arguments. Here there is some changes, right? So we change the get transaction item queue item to the data row. So just type the transaction item. Transaction item. That's it. That's it. That change what we have to do. That change only. So after the get transaction data is done, and here this no data. Okay, just check the no data. No data is like a data transaction is nothing. That is also fine. Everything is good. But inside next step is we're going to the process. Go to the process. Click on the process. Open the workflow process. Here, here instead of queue item, what we have to do? Data row. Data row is our data row. Okay. So now, just for log message, first we will check whether the execution is working fine or not. In transaction item of, what is the number? Suppose here this school name. Okay, school name. Here this everything is looping each and everything. So we will check that one. Okay. So after that, okay, this is the process. Just display the that school name. Okay, after that we will work everything here. School name it will display, and so import and use the transaction numbers that as we changed that data type. So it will ask. So again, you have to map that corresponding variable. And one more error here. It is showing the one more error here. So because this finally block has a set transaction status. So in the set transaction status, go to the set transaction status and the same thing. So go here and change this one to the data row. Okay. So yeah. So everything is, and so in the success, go to success, and there is no set transaction status because we are not setting the transaction status here. So instead of queue item here, queue item. So because what is the transaction? What is our transaction item now? Is it a queue item or what? Ping in chart window. So this is the type we are checking. So whether the type of the in transaction item is this one or not. What is the transaction item type? Data row. Okay, check that data row. So system dot data row, right? So you're checking this one. So system dot data row. So if that is a case, this is system data row, then we have to change basically. So we have to change. So basically, this is a success state. Success state. What we have to do, we have to update the status. So how can we update? Let's think Excel application scope. Okay, so or instead of that, uh, so you can create a reusable workflow instead of that. So we'll create a reusable workflow like a, so update Excel. Update Excel. Okay. So that object Excel has just has a cell address. They have to mention the cell address and the value to update. Okay, as also integers. What we have to update and what and this is the Excel application scope. And here also we will pass this in config. Okay, config because in config because this some values is depending on the some values we are just taking from the Excel. So what values? The path of the Excel is in dictionary system dictionary, that is a string and object here, right? Okay, now so within this you're just taking this Excel path here in config of so input slash that is a full data access. What we have to do, we have to write cell, that is the update write cell. So what in this Excel sheet is same, and this is a cell address they will provide, and the value of the to update. That's it. Okay, so what it is saying, so because maybe this dot to string okay, our workflow is ready, so we have to pass these three values update Excel. So now, so here the thing is we have to find which is a number. So number is number here. Go to the load transaction data. So here this number, okay, current row number, we can't access this number because this is a main, right? We can't access this variable inside the set transaction status. That's the problem. What we can do? How can we pass? Can you suggest? Anyone? Can you suggest? So do you understand this current row number? It is only for the main. So if you just type the current row number, you can't access current row number. There is no current row number. Understand? But here only main you can access. What we can do? How can we pass this current row number to the set transaction status? Because the current row number we need. That's what here that number is. This is the current row number. So current row number plus a current row number. Can you ping in the chat window? So what we can do in this place? Current row number is the current row number. Yeah. So do you understand? So the problem here, the issue. So we have to pass this current row number to the set transaction status. How can you pass? Ping in the chat window. If you don't know, just type don't know. At least I can understand. Hello. Do you understand the questions? What I'm asking? Hello. Are you getting my voice? So see, current row number is one integer. Okay. So we need that integer number into the set transaction status to set the value status for that particular cell. So for that, so anyway, if you can pass separately or in any way you have a in config of current row number equal to current row number. So anyway, config is moving to all the places, right? So you're just filling that values into the config only, config dictionary. So because here the config you can access. from the config, you can try, right? So instead of you disturbing the existing workflow, you can just add the values into the config only. Now, so we have to pass this one. So we can just see this update cell, update Excel, right? Update Excel, if you want, you can move to the framework. So this is the update Excel. This update Excel, you just drag and drop here, and inside this, you have a config. So anyway, you're passing the config, and the cell address, if you want to pass, you separately in config of the current row cell, that is an integer, as it is integer, as it is a what is the number here? Okay, just check the number. That is a that number, right? That number. Put plus int. Okay, int of this value, plus in transaction number. Okay, so not IO, right? IO transaction number. Okay, so what is the IO transaction number? The transaction number is like a transaction number. Now it is a 0, right? So 0, so that number equal to 8 plus 0, 8. Okay, so E8, so like that. Okay, suppose it is a, what is that? So 4 plus 2, actually this is a 6. So 6 plus 0, so E6. Next iteration, it will be in IO transaction number equal to 1. Then what is it? 6 plus 1, 7. 6 plus 2, 8, like that. That 6 is a common, because one time only we are taking this current row count. Okay. Next, it is increasing based on the IO transaction number. So what value? This is a success, right? We're in the success iteration. Success block, actually. So in underscore config, you're passing the config. That's it. Okay, so then after that, it will automatically increases the IO number. It will go to the 1 line. And handling the business exception, doing the same thing. We are in the business exception block, so we are doing the same thing, like a remove this one, DataRow, system dot data row. Okay, and here we have to set the transaction status, right? So what we can do, so we can just drag the same thing. So I'm just copying this update sheet from success to business exception. Deleting this one, and these parameters, this line is common, and here you have to change this to business exception. Okay. So what is a business exception? This business exception, so you can write that business exception also. Okay, so this business exception, you can write here what is the exactly business exception. So this is a exception, what is the business in underscore business exception dot message. Okay, this is a business exception. So the same you just do for the system exception also. Here, so you can just try that. Remove this retry thing and this status update. Okay, so here you're just doing that same thing, but only the change is instead of business, you just application exception or system exception. This is in underscore application system exception, system error message. Okay, so everything is done here, so there's no errors. Let's go to the our main block here, Here it is showing some exceptions. See inside the logs. Yeah, here we need to, so we change the arguments, right? So once we change the argument, you have to pass that argument. So system in transaction item equal to transaction item. Okay, and where it is. So system error and tradition. Yeah, because it is changed the queue item to the data row. That's right. Okay, so it seems that everything is ready. Let me run one time. So before that, we will see. So what is exactly that data is? The input sheet as empty, right? Empty. We'll see. And running, we'll see whether everything, the flow is proper or not. Once the flow is proper, then we will check the, we'll concentrate on the process, main process for each and every record. Cleaning process, open all applications, and process 0, see process number and the number, we print the number, school number. It is the school names are printing, right? See the school names are printing. And you see the output panel. So the school names are printing. That is our process now. And it is going the success. Everything is success. So it automatically increment the transaction number and it has to come outside smoothly. So after 11 record something. That 8th record, that is a school name. Okay, done without errors. It's done. So see here output panel. So each and everything is writing the school names. Writing the school names is basically the our process. So this process we are doing the main work actually. Yeah. So let us check the school master report. Okay. So basically what happened? This is something. The school. It came school. So this came as school. So what happened? The problem here is update Excel has school. So by type mistake, okay, typing mistake. That's why it has created the school and updated this whole thing success. Okay, so let me change that one into the school master. So okay. So do you have any doubts up to here? So if you don't have any doubts, we will go with the main process, actual process. That means actual process is basically this is our requirement. So now the RE framework is ready for the data rows. It's not, there is no queue item here. Okay. We remove the queue item, we change the queue item to the data row. So everything is good, right? You're following? Just ping yes if everything is okay up to now. All of you. All others also. Okay. Now what we have a actual work. Actual work is there in the process. In the process, so the information process started for the school okay, so this is just one line. So here, so what is the process? So first of all we have to check whether the we'll keep the file names here. So all the file names, so all school available schools. Available schools is basically a list of strings, array of strings basically. Okay. or you can make that array of strings. Okay, so now is available schools. So available schools is basically a what we can do if you just check the if condition, available schools dot contains. Okay, so what I'm doing is instead of I'm changing the process, I'm just creating the one new sequence like a school school process. School process. That is for the single thing I am ready. I'm making. Okay, we'll make that for the single school. Okay, in the create process. So we have to we have even in our script config. So to get the path, and after that the school name. Okay, so basically the school name, current school name from the school master. So current school name, let me make that current school name is the first one. 20 years. Okay, so this is the current school name, and here so the current school name has a empty spaces also. So this has a lot of empty spaces in the first. But what about this Excel? Here also empty space is there? No. Okay. Save. Okay. So now instead of this, I can in underscore uh, current school. Okay, current school. So this is a data row. So basically, what so it looks like a same. So data row. Mm, so we need the data row only. Okay, we need the data row only. That so just for temporary purpose, what we can do Excel application scope, and so we will delete this one so later. And this just for temporary purpose. Okay, so what we can fill that data row in underscore current dt current school equal to data row dot row of 0. Okay, that's it. So we'll delete this one later once we get the other things, and also the init. So just to execute the individually, so we're just copying that init all settings also. It's calling the init all settings here. Okay, so calling the init all settings. Instead of here, there is no config, there is an in config. So basically, in config will fill. Okay, now in config is not null. Okay, in config will fill, and in this row is also filled, just to, for temporary. So later we'll remove these two things. Okay, now so what we can do, so we have to loop each and every for each of in underscore config of what is the sheet name? the path name basically, the school paths. Okay, so here, so this is a making a string, and this is we're looping each and every file from this folder. Okay, so how can we loop? Directory dictionary, right? Directory dot get files, right? Directory dot get files of this. So this will loop each and every file, and this is a file xlsx, and if you want to check, if you can check if condition xlsx only, xlsx dot ends with xlsx. Okay, dot xlsx. After that, you're just checking that the xlsx looping each and every item, right? Okay, looping each and every item, and basically if this one, so if so you need the path basically, so you need the path of the excel. This xlsx is common, and okay, instead of that, let me remove this one. Instead of that, so let me change. So path exists, path exists. Okay, file path exists. So where is the path? The path, how can we form this path? This path, okay, the path is like a in config of school path dot toString plus slash. So what is the next one? So next one is a in underscore current school of school name, right? School name dot toString. So plus dot xlsx. So what it means? So basically, it will see. Let me explain clearly. Copy as the path. Here you have a. This is a path. Okay, so this whole thing up to here, is coming from the school file path. After that, in current school of school name, that means this is a school name, right? School name. So this is a coming. This name is coming from the transaction item. This name is coming from the transaction item. So after that, xlsx is a common. That's why we're just checking whether the path is existed or not. The school file is existed or not. School file is exist or not. Okay. Is should exist. School exists. That is one variable. Okay. So now use the if condition. If condition, the school exists. If school is school exists, just do the process. Okay. Otherwise, you're just throwing the exception. So you can use the otherwise you can use the flow chart. Not so good flow chart. So within the flow chart, you're using that rotation actually is okay. This that is a the only one variable called is school exists. Is school exists. Okay, if the school exists, it will go to the then true part. Otherwise, it will go to the so I'm just throwing the exception if the school is not existed. That is a false, right? That is a false. If the school is existed, then you go to the process. If it does not exist, we have to send the exception. New business exception of not available. Okay, school file is not available. So which school it is? So which school it is? So here in underscore current school of school name. Okay, dot toString. This school is Saint Xavier's school file not found. Okay, that is the exception type. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, so now this is a throw the exceptions. That means throw school not found. Okay. So as per our exceptions, uh, school not found exception. This is the done, right? The next one is we have to check the class and school name number. Okay, the school number and class. That is the next one. Okay, so check for that. So use a sequence here. School is existed and check for that Excel application. What we can do here, we can assign the variable, assign to the variable. Okay, it's easy. Current school file path. Okay, the current school file path is this one. So this current school file path will access here, current school file path. So just check the current school file has any sheet number, how it looks like. It looks like sheet 1 only, right? Sheet 1 or okay, fee. That is all the sheets. Check the sheets sheet names for all. Okay, that is a fees. Okay. Okay, check the fee. Read range. Fee, and you have to read the entire range. So fees DT. Okay. This fees DT, you have to check filter data table. Fee DT and so process DT, something like that. When DT data table. Okay. So keep wherever the second and third conditions. Where the class is empty or okay or and this is empty. This is empty. So anyone, so if the school is empty or so student number is empty or class is empty, then this process DT has a records. Understand? The process DT has a records. If the process DT has the records, that means there is an exception. Okay. Now what we can do, process DT, instead of do, just increase the flowchart to the flowchart. Okay. Go back here. This is checking the school and class is empty. Get school and class. Okay. Now here again we're checking floration. So we're just checking that school empty, school student ID, okay, student number. Okay, that is a process. If the process dt dot rows dot count is greater than zero. Okay, so if it is greater than zero, that means this is a good the true. Greater than zero means it has a some records, right? Some records means it has a it is a we have to throw the exception. And class is mandatory. Okay, so the here so new business rule exception here for which student for which is in underscore current school of school name dot string student number and class is and that is exception, something like that. So if that is a false, that means there is no process data does not have records. So then that is a success. So we done this step. There is a class and student and these two. Okay. Now we have to check that the total amount. So now we will go to the next process one by one. Yeah, we taken the corresponding sheet. Okay, corresponding Excel. Now this is a success state. So that's here. We'll take this as total due. Calculate total due. Okay, so within this, so what we have to do, we have to take the total due. So on this one, okay, total sum basically. First we need the sum of that. So how can you get the sum of that? Okay, so one thing is you can go to the this place and apply the formula. You can go like that. So how can you find the E12? E12 is like a the number of records plus, so suppose this number of records is a 10. 10 plus 2, 12. Okay, 10 plus 2, 12. Here, sum of E2 colon E10. Okay, sum of E2 to E10. That's correct. E2 to E11, right? 11. This is the sum. Okay, you can apply the formula there. So to apply the formula, first of all, you have to know the sheet number. Sheet number. So we can apply the formula. Excel application scope, and so there is a what is that? We need this. The process. Where is the Excel? Excel. How can we get the Excel path? So here is the Excel path. This is a different. Okay. So current Excel path is we already have. Okay. Current Excel path is a current school file path. That is the Excel path. So okay. So we have to we already taken the read range. So here we already taken the read range. So the read range so is a entire data feed dt. Okay, that feed dt is a you can access out of from the full folder. Okay, so here the current within this you have a basically you have to apply that write cell activity. So where you have to apply, you know that E, that is the sheet name, and this column name is E. Okay, E, but so which sheet? So E, here, fee dot rows dot count. Okay, it will give the entire count. What is that? Entire count. This is the entire count. Entire count. What is it? 10. Okay, 10 is the entire count. So 10 plus 1, that means this is a 10, right? Plus 2, that will give the E2, E12. Okay, so plus 2. So this will give the E12. So we know the basically the way to write. That's so just convert that into the dot to string. Okay, way to write and what to write. That formula, what to write. So here we have to write a formula equal to sum of E2 is a common. Okay, so because that data is starts from the 2, E2, and this we have to know. Count, basically the count plus 1. Count is a 10, right? Count is a 10, and 10 plus 1 equal to 11. That is a E11. E plus fee that rows dot count plus 1 to string plus, so we have to close the bracket of the sum, right? Sum of E2 colon E11. Okay, so now after applying that formula, we can read the cell. Read cell. Okay, so in the middle, if you want to save, you can save workbook. Save workbook here. Okay, and here this is a cell we can how to read. So here this is a fee, here sheet, and current sum is a current total fee. That current total fee is a current value. Okay, current total fee. Now we got the current total fee. So we will check that current total fee is correct or not. Box current total fee. Yeah. So I'm just running. No. Okay. So let it be. Config also close this one. Okay. I'm just running this file. Need that school process file. So whether we taken the first record, right? St. JVS. What it is saying? String conversion double. Okay, so basically that read range, it is a that value is a double, right? Current total fee, that tells me is not double, so floating point. Again there is some problem. St. JVS student number and class is mandatory. So check the St. JVS. This why it is showing that is mandatory. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect, right? Yeah, because it is taking this one. Okay, it is taking this one. Okay, remove this. So for earlier run, it taken that one. Okay. Okay. So just run. See, total sum is coming. If I give the any other Excel, like this Excel, 0, 1, 2, right? 2, give the 2. Here, so instead of this, we're just giving that. Where is that? Here, okay. So instead of 0, I'm giving 3, 4, something like. Okay, fourth Excel. Fourth Excel is like a mother's, so that is a mother's is a this. Now everything is working fine. Seems like just go to this Excel and remove this. Or after that, if we can remove that line, that is also good. Let us check whether we have that facility or not. After this, everything is done. The sum, after taking the sum, I have to remove Excel, remove duplicate range. Excel. Duplicate range, there is no remove. So what we can do, we can just use a right cell only. Okay, right cell, and do the same thing. After taking the data, we don't need that. Put empty. But this one has already written, and this Excel changes is also. Okay. Now run single file. Single file is the fourth one. Mother's International Delhi. Taken, and yeah, if you just run again also, it should work, because we're just temporarily calculating the sum and taking it to the variable and removing that. Okay, got it? It is working fine. Now we're just making that as a empty. Now after this, we have a total due. Okay, it's total due. So now here, so what is the next thing we have to so what is the next thing? Next thing is we have to this one decision flow, any total due. Okay. So basically, it's total due. So after this, we will get that variable called total due. Okay, current total fee. So the current total fee and the transactions having the. So let us go here. In underscore current school of total fee. This is the total fee, right? This total fee. Okay. Okay, so this is the total fee. If you want to convert that into the double, you can convert something like a see. Is it no? Then we have to use a convert dot to double. Okay, double. So this is a total fee, which is they paid already. Okay, and what is the actual fee? That is the total. Due current total fee. Okay, that is the current total fee. So current total fee minus, so that the schoolmaster has a some total fee, right? So if this is a minus, so what basically it is saying, this will give the a number. Okay, this will give the number. So the both are same. So C int of this number is equal to 0. That means there is no total fee. Okay, there is no need to pay. They don't need to pay. Okay, that means equal to 0 means they paid everything. There's a success stage. That is a success stage here. Success. So if this is a failure stage. That means need to pay due amount. So within this need to pay due amount, so you can throw the exception. Yeah, that is a throw the exception. And so one thing you have to keep in mind is after throw, so no code will execute. So it will directly go to the exception block only. New business exception, business role exception. So hello. Hello. You're getting right. So something. Okay. This one is a total pay. Okay. Now everything is good. Success. This is a success. That means successfully paid. You just use the log message to log the message. That's it. So we're not doing anything for the log. I mean, school. Okay. So the school. What is that? In underscore current school. Uh, Okay, so this is a success message. So we have done that through this one, and here everything is good. But if you want to uh, send the mail, send email here. First, initially, we'll just you have to send mail. Just we'll check that send mail. Uh, get password. This will be the one password. PWC. Password. Yes. Pass. And this pass will get send. I send SMTP. Send SMTP mail messages. And here we are sending the uipath.learner at gmail.com. And the subject testing and body H1 testing only. Okay, something like that. So here, if you want to make that HTML body, yeah, you can make pass is called pass. Why it is not showing the pass? Okay. PSS. Okay. So this is like a let me check this maybe. Or can make that on UiPath UiPath only. UiPath only. Okay. UiPath only, and from here UiPath only, and here we have to make that so UiPath only. If I okay, Google. So first what we have to do, we have to make that less security app for Gmail. Uh, we have to switch on that for the account. So this is for UiPath only. So make sure that which account you are logging in and recheck again. So reload and check again for that. Okay. So send SMTP. So we'll send SMTP so fast, and yeah, that's it. And the same thing I'm just putting here from address, and this is a what is a send SMTP? Send SMTP Gmail server name and password. SMTP server name and port number.
Port number 587.
What is it? 587.
Yes.
Okay, so that is the SMTP dot server name is smtp.gmail.com, correct?
Yeah, yes.
587. Okay, okay, we'll see. Just test whether it will execute or not. It will send or not. Get password the value not. Okay. What we will do on this? Well, since it is working, let's check the mails. Yeah, we're getting the mail. Okay. So now what we can do this. So you can keep these values in the counting dictionary. That is fine. And this your to address will come. So in underscore to. Okay. In underscore to. That is a in underscore to. So the subject also subject in underscore subject in underscore body. Okay. So these things are all coming from the in underscore subject. So subject will change, body will change in underscore body. Okay. Yeah. Now this send mail is ready, so we have to pass this the values. So where we are using this one, so in the school process, so within this, see within this, need to pay the due amount before throw. Before throw we have to call. So this send mail also I'm just keeping into the framework. Uh, Before that, send email. So don't put after that because after that nothing will execute. Okay. So here, in underscore current school of, there is a in the school page, you have an email ID. Okay. The corresponding email ID for that school, not to string. Okay. So you amount is pending. Uh, stay and and upload updated sheet Excel or file. Okay, that is a basically a subject. Okay, so you have to pay the due amount, how much due amount, right? Due, not due date, okay? Current due amount. Am I correct? Current total P, that is also wrong. So how much they have to pay? So within this, from this we can take the condition. This is the payment they have to pay. Okay. So that is the amount they have to pay. So if you want to send like that amount payment is like a bold, you can use a bold and font, font color or span. Okay, so some styles. Okay, font color equal to red. Okay, let us see. B, B tag closed, font tag closed. Body you can send anything. Okay, body you can send anything. So but here send SMTP. So you just make that as a is body equal to true. Okay, now so before throw only same thing you copy paste here. So before this is a throw, right? Paste here and this one. Okay. So send and throw the exceptions. Send that. Okay. So what is this? So what is this? School is not found. Okay. School not found. School not found. Okay. School file not found. Okay. For which school? That's the current school of name. Okay. That question. Okay, so please upload that here. School file not available in shared folder. So please upload as soon as possible. Okay. So that is the one thing. Next. So there is another throw. Here is a throw, right? Here is a throw, another throw. Okay. So drag this one. Okay. Okay. Now this is like a student number and should be that is a is mandatory. Okay. Mandatory for the school the school name in underscore current school name dot toString. Okay. Yeah, everything is ready. Since everything is ready, so yeah, what we can do, we can just disable these things. Okay? Disable these things. Or once you're okay, then you can remove this part. And yeah. So what is required here? Okay, current this is also I'm just tilting. Okay, what is required here? So here it requires the config and school name row. Okay, transaction row. Now let's go to the process and remove these things. Our work is ready. So just drag that part. School process. Just drag and drop. Pass the uh, config, right? In config, and school name is a in underscore transaction item. That's it. Okay. Now it will throw exception for the each that will be reversed. This is a now everything is ready. The status it has to update. Okay, that is the one thing. It has to update the status. It will update the status, but the updating status. Yeah, we done that. Okay. We have these many schools. Yeah, let us done. You all clear, right? So everything is clear up to now. Do you have any doubts before running? You all clear, right? So you understood, right? Spring, yes. Hello, Archana Vanshi, do you have any doubts? Yeah, let me run this one. Okay, I'm running directly. Yeah. So we'll see the output panel, and here is like a one main. I'm just deleting this main. Okay, let us go to the output panel and monitor what is going on. First, we take the St. Areas, so Kolkata, so, and successfully payment. That is the St. Areas is successful payment. What is the next one is law. So that has a thrown the exception. What is the exception? There is a due amount. Some due amount is there for the first one. Okay, and so second one is a or is that Dawn school? The Dawn school is a successful. So payment is matched. The next one is a Sri Swam, that is also success. Mother's also success. Bombay school Scott is success. Sainik school is going on now. Sainik school is also success. Okay, it has some what is that? The school not found. This Greenwood International High School is not found. Okay. The next one is also not found. Okay, next one is also not found. The next one is three schools. These three schools are not found. The tenth one, Little Flowers High School. Little Flowers High School is success. Okay, our process is done. Let us go to this these things. There is no green. So this check this. What is the school name? Uh, Lorito, something like that. Okay, that is not there. And this is a not there. This is a Greenwood is not there. Okay. So first of all, let us check this sheet, whole thing. Okay. So here, can you observe success with exception? It is writing the exception and success, business exception, business exception, and this business exception also it is writing. Understand? Okay. So now the advantages here. I'm just running again, and I'm making one file. Mother's file has a some exception like a it does not have a records. Okay, now we will run the freshly, and while it is okay, so we have to check the mails also. Okay, so we got the mails also. See, for the exceptions we got the mails also. So no files, and if there is any total due amount. Okay, this is a due amount. See, it is a due amount, and so school is not available, right? So everything is coming. So here, while it is processing, I'm just what I'm doing. So I'm just go to the task manager and check the Excel. Where is Excel? Excel. Is there an Excel? Is there? Excel is not there. So I'm just stopping this one. Let me
Sudhir,
stop.
Sudhir,
Yeah.
how can we send two, three more another emails to another persons?
Yeah. Okay. One second. So we can send that. Okay. I'm just making the system Excel. Excel is not. Okay. So let me stop this one. Okay. So this robot in process. Okay. So what is the fifth one is the last, right? So you are asking how to send to the multiple senders, right?
Yeah,
Vamshi?
yes,
For
yes.
that you have to keep that into the here itself. The school has a multiple senders. Just keep this one into the multiple senders, like a something like is that we'll keep another mail also. This is one mail. Just I'm just copying this one. Okay, so we'll keep this here, a semicolon and that name. Okay, so that one school has a multiple mails like that. Okay, multiple mails. Got it, Vamshi? You can have any number of mails with the semicolon separated.
So there, we can send various mails to various persons. We have to send.
That's what here it is doing actually. So see, various mails to various. So whatever this is coming from the mail. This mails is see this school has a something like this. Okay,
Okay.
and yeah. So this school as we don't have. So send me your mail ID. So ping in the chat window your mail ID.
One, one second, one second.
Yeah. So ping in your mail ID Archana also. So we'll see. Okay. So Archana, so now see this. So where is the mothers? This mothers is there. Archana is dealing this school, and and Vamshi is dealing, and there's this one. Okay, this one green R is 2. Okay, it's 2 he is doing. So like that, we can send different schools has a different emails actually, and within the same school, if you have it's different people, yeah, you can send to that one also. Okay, now, okay, we will check that mails next run, but here you have to understand. So you see, so on the first run, it has executed. See, it has executed. Oh, I deleted. Okay, only 5 records, right? Only 5 records. After that, so it has to start from the eighth. It should not start from the this one, right? Saint Davis. So what is the next one? So see that it should not start with the Saint Davis. First, it will start with the Saint Davis, right? Saint Davis. So let me run again this whole process. That is the advantage. I mean, so you have to keep a tracker. So currently we have a 10, 11 records. That is not a problem. But if you think like a 1 lakh records, so for everything, see, the first record is a Sainik school, not the Saint Xavier's. Wherever it is stopped, from that place onwards, it is started. Understand? So that is the advantage if you keep the tracker, that status update, and so you are just taking wherever the status is not updated, those files, those records only you are taking and doing the process. Uh, So currently we have 11. So just imagine you have a 10,000 records, 10,000 records, and 9,000 records are already processed. Only 1,000 records has to process. In the middle, you close everything. If you don't have this facility, it has to start from the again from the starting. Now this will execute from wherever it is stopped. Now just check this. Did you get the mails, Vamshi? I think these two are yours, right?
Checking.
Yeah. Okay. Now let me run from the starting. Run from the starting. Got it, right? That is the advantage. The advantage is so it will come from the wherever it is stopped. Now I'm removing the status and run again from freshly. check the mail, let me know.
Yes, Sudhir, I got the mail.
Okay. So now we will see the one more. This is from the starting. We will see the first mail has to go like a two mails, right? So one has a this one. Just now, yeah. Let me check. So this is a RE framework advantage. So we are sending the business exceptions system. See system exceptions and okay. And what is the pending out of this thing? What is the pending? So the report is pending, right? With the success, and it is not success. If it's a due amount, we have to send the attachment, which is a due amount. Otherwise, we should not send. Okay. So, do you get mails? Okay. So here in the attachment, in underscore attachment. Okay. So this in underscore attachments, what we can do, we can if condition, use a if condition here. If in underscore attachment dot trim dot equals empty. Empty means we're not sending anything. Empty means send like this. If it's not empty, it will attach this in underscore attachment. Okay. So here, so we created the in underscore attachment. Attachment is empty. That means if you while pausing, if you don't want to send any attachments, just pass empty. Okay. Otherwise, it is sending the attachment. So let's go to the process, single process. Here we have to modify this one, empty. You're passing empty values. So wherever you don't want to send mail attachment, just pass the empty. And here you have to send attachment due amount, right? You have to send the attachment like a in underscore. So before that, so if the due amount need to pay the due amount, what have to do? We have to use the some word activities. So word ms word, right? That is the one pending, right? So official, go to the official. We have to install the a word package to update the word. Okay, so we have a report.docs, okay, document, report document, and we will take that as a copy and update that copy into that, update it and send it and delete it. Okay, so update it first. Take a copy. We have to take a copy, and after taking the copy, so we have to update that, and so after updating that, we have to send that attachment while you're sending the due amount kind of thing, and then we can delete that file, temporary file. Okay, so now, so here, so inside this due amount, need to pay due amount, what we can do is before the sending mail, so use the uh, copy file. Okay, so first we have to take a copy file from where? In underscore config of, let us open the sheet. Uh, this common path, okay, common path, and plus slash plus so instead of slash, you have already report this one. Copy. This one you have to change, take a copy of this, and so here we need to make that as a toString, and here also toString, and take a copy. This is basically view amount document details. Okay, due amount details, that is our path. And once we take a copy, so click on the override. Okay, so no need to delete then. So what we have to take, so we have to use a word application scope, and take this entire thing, word application scope, and what we have to do, word replace text, right? Replace text. So search for and replace it. So let's open that word. So for which we have to search and what we have to replace. We have to search for this school name, and we search for this school name and replace with the in underscore current of school name dot toString. Okay? Replace with. So and then replace school, replace, this is a school. Next one is a replace date of report. Okay, the date of report is this is a date of report and date of report. So that is a now dot to string uh, y hyphen hyphen dd. Okay, so that is a date of report. So then next one is a student ID. What is it? School ID. That is a school ID, and open that Excel also, so that you can get this, what is the column name for the school ID. This is a master and school ID is this one. School ID, and copy in underscore current school of school ID dot toString. Okay. And then what is the next one? Next one is the number of students. Oh, number of students. How can we get number of students? Number of students. So p dt dot rows dot count dot toString. Okay, that is the number of students. So the next one is a total QD. Okay. Total QQ is this one. So here we're just making that this is the total QQ. Okay, so we replaced everything, and yeah, replaced everything. While you are sending that, while we are sending what we have to send, we have to send this one. Okay, this is our path of the file. What we have to make attachment here, you're passing this one. Yeah, that's it. So now it will send the due amount. Okay, what we can do, so we can make some changes. This is a school, making that so success, all are success. So few things we can change the amount. Suppose go back, and so this is a it has a let me make a numbers. No, otherwise Sainik school is a success, right? So Sainik school, I'm just changing the numbers. So here 600, okay, 700, that's it. Okay, so one single number change is enough. Uh, this school also, same JS also, I'm changing the numbers like me. So 560, okay, that's it. Now just run our whole process. Run. So first, Saint.js is running. That Saint.js has a amount difference it should come. See, there is a due amount is for the school. Okay, Saint.js. Saint.js is like a so here. So it came the Saint.js document. So let us open and see. So document. See, Saint.js public school and date and what is ID and number of students. What are payment due? Understand? We got the document for the Saint.js. I'm just deleting this one. Let's go here. Here also you can see the documents. School. So see, we got this one. So what is the same thing? Saint JVS. Because Saint JVS has a trails, right? That's why it is coming like. This is also due amount. So what is it? So that's it about this school project. Okay, with the RE framework, without using the queue items, using the data table. So do you have any doubts in this class? Amshi left, I think. Archana? Okay, so just try it out, the same thing, with the queue items, without queue items. Both things you just try it out, okay? So this is a without queue items, without, it's not depending on the orchestrator. No assets, no queue items like that. So what you do, so you just do both the cases. Okay, one is a without orchestrator, one is a with orchestrator, assets and queue items search. You got mail now? What's 10th and 11th? Okay, yeah, done. Yeah, let's go to the records and see the school master. School master has a, these are all the status, business exception juice. And if you check the this one, so you can see the documents like a here is a Sainik school. See Sainik school, there is a some amount due. The number of students is a 31. Okay, Sainik school. If you go to the Sainik school here, Sainik school, so the number of students is equal to 34, 31. See, 31 is the count. That's what here 31 and Sainik school. Like that we can send that. That is a that we the requirement is satisfied, right? Read and take a corresponding Excel sum of this and the school name. So the exceptions, 3 exceptions, and give the due amount, update the report, and send mail. Got it? Another school is a St. Javius, maybe. This is another school. This is a St. Javius, the old one. Okay. Okay. Do you have any doubts, Archana and Vamshi?
No, Sudhir. We have to see once again this video.
Yeah, so execute this exercise. That means this exercise, I will keep this exercise into the our folder useful files. But even so, you have to do by that mean so separately one project with the queues, one project with the without queues in the data table. So the data tables without depending on the orchestrator. Execute it. I think yeah, that is the last topic, RE framework. Okay, with the two examples we saw, and that is our. I think it is the last class of this batch. Okay,
Sudhir, please keep that PPT in our use files.
that is already there. Don't you find it's already
Oh,
there?
okay. Okay.
It's already there in the user files. There is a useful files folder is there inside that folder. Okay, within that anyway, I will keep again. So the same file, updated file, into that, and yeah, uh, yeah. This is the last class for this batch. So I'm feeling nice batch actually. I'm glad to because. So exercise your initial stages you are doing properly and this everyday exercise, right?
We are
It's
also
really
feeling very happy, Sudhir. We got very nice person in for as a tutor.
thank you, Amshi.
And in case we can get any issues, we can get any problem in the project.
You can
Can we
start with,
keeping in
yeah,
our
sure.
group?
You can just ping in the WhatsApp, and also if you the common things you can ping in that our WhatsApp group only, so that others also can know about that issues. Okay, they can. It's like a they can explore something like that. Okay, and
Okay,
so in that group, so if any jobs I know, so I will post that jobs into that group. If you have any issues, you can ping WhatsApp group, or you can ping separately also.
okay, Sudhir.
Okay. So, yeah, anything else? Yeah, we can close this one. Just please practice, okay? And also one more thing is please download all the I mean recordings from that folder. So okay, it is a keep with you in your separately with your Google Drive or something like that. Okay. So and then later, not now. Later, maybe if I that means remove so because of the space constraint that may be a loss issue.
Please mention your YouTube link to link in our WhatsApp group.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay, thank you, Omshi. Thanks, Achana. So thanks. So you okay? Thank you all.
Sudhir,
Yeah,
when you starting the new batch, just inform us.
yeah, sure. That might be end of January or February. That means it's not okay. So once the batch is ready, definitely I will
Okay,
inform that into that. Okay,
okay.
WhatsApp group.
We will
You
suggest.
can join if you have doubts. You can join. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, we will suggest some people, those who wants to join in your class.
Sure, sure. Thank you very much. So, okay. So I will update into the WhatsApp personally. So when I am going to I mean start a new batch. So please do that favor. Okay, thanks for that.
Okay.
Thank you, Vamshi. Thank you, Archana. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. So all the best for your great career. Okay. Okay. Please keep on practicing. Okay. I'm this. So keep in mind. So I'm always there to help in UiPath side. Okay.
Actually, Sudhir, in our company, they are giving end-to-end process. Like we have to prepare PDD, SDD, and everything, development, testing, everything we have to make with us.
Yeah.
They are
So
making.
it's not in all the organizations, but that is a chance. That is a good opportunity to you. So to learn more.
Actually, we don't know now how to start the process. How to know. That's why we
Yeah.
catch very
Sometimes
good person as a.
individual contributor kind of roles actually. So you have to take care of all the things. That is a not happen in all the organizations, but particular organizations they don't have a team. They just have to do individual contributions for the end to end. Okay, you just
Yes.
think like automation. So automation, just take a screenshots. What is the next? What is the manual steps? Take a screenshots and prepare one document for your reference and start the development and test everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So anything wherever you stuck, just ping me in the
Okay.
chat window. Only I will.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. All the
Bye.
best.